about Rome.
Okay.
Okay. So, what is Rome?
Rome has many famous monuments. You know, as a Parthenon, the Colosseum, the Roman Forum. It was founded in 1537 BC by Romulus.
That's when I was born.
Cool.
Yeah, keep going.
Legend has it, twin brothers Romulus and Remus were the sons of Ares, the god of war. They were abandoned in the Tiber River, and the she-wolf, Lupa, found them and raised them as her own. They founded the city on the bank of the Tiber. Romulus and Remus fought over what to name the city, and Romulus murdered Remus. Thus, the city was named Rome.
Cool. I go to Rome every year.
Okay.
Have any connections with anywhere?
Well, it's connected to pretty much all of Western Europe. Rome actually conquered England, Italy, Spain, France, Greece, the Middle East, and a region in North Africa before, eventually falling and just becoming Italy's capital.
I fall sometimes. I heard Rome influenced the world.
It does. It's one of the first republics. A republic is from the word res publica, property of the people. It left traces of civilization everywhere. Multiple words and languages have roots in the Latin language. French, Spanish, Italian, Portuguese, and Romanian are called the Romance language due to their beginning in Rome. They used signposts. Rome started using signposts to tell directions, had lead pipes for clean water, and they also had many parks, public libraries, and plazas.
What are some places near Rome?
Some places that are near Rome and are similar are like Fiumicino and Anzio. They are coastal towns with a large population.
What else can you tell me about Rome?
Its hierarchy. Rome is the capital of Italy, so it's near the top of the hierarchy. It is important to the economy and the history of Italy, so it draws in a lot of tourists, which benefits the economy.
So what's the transition between the city and the countryside?
The transition is pretty irregular. Like, in some places the building just stops and there's grass. In other places the buildings just kind of like trail off and it will slowly become the countryside. Athens, Greece is a lot like Rome. It saw a really rapid expansion and took over a lot of land before eventually falling and becoming the capital of the country it resides in. There's really no discernible pattern. Like, some buildings spiral out of like fountains and stuff, and some extend from the river, and most are just scattered across the place. Must be hard for your journey, right, Santa?
My reindeers do all the work. Can you tell me about Rome changing religion?
It changed religion a lot. When the city was first growing, they adopted the Greek gods and worshipped them. When the Greek gods didn't fit... do you mind?
Oh yeah, keep going, I'm listening.
When the Greek gods didn't suit Rome's needs, they changed them and changed their names and personalities to be more like strict, more like. Finally, when Rome collapsed, the Catholics came and made Catholicism the main religion.
Did the borders move drastically throughout time?
Very drastically. And like in the beginning, it was just like a really tiny town, and then the borders like grew and grew and grew, and then it like moved around because like people would come and take over, and then they would take them back over, and finally it just like shrunk back into that small town.
Lead poisoning.
Lead poisoning spread throughout Rome. It started really slowly, but hit almost everyone because they had lead cups in sewers, and the lead would leak into the water and make them go mad.
The last question is, are there any exceptions to the flow of Rome, or?
There's actually a city inside of Rome called the Vatican City. It's where the Pope lives.
Santa came and visited me. Really? Yeah.
He asked me about Rome, which is really weird because you think he would know a lot about it.
Yeah.
What do you think he would ask you about?
The Taj Mahal. It's one of the 7 wonders of the world. It's located in Agra, India, and it's an ivory white mausoleum that's constantly changing tints with the lush greenness of the Mughal garden surrounding it and a reddish pathway leading up to it. It was ordered to be built by Emperor Shah Jahan as a memorial for his wife Mumtaz Mahal, who died after giving birth to the couple's 14th child. This was his favorite wife, so after she died, he built this structure. He built a lot of wonderful structures, but this one is thought to many as the greatest architectural achievement because it combines Indian, Persian, and Islamic influences.
How many wives did that guy have?
A lot. But this one got lucky.
How was it connected to everything?
Well, the Taj Mahal is on a big complex. You walk through this big gate, and it's surrounded by the Taj Garden. And there's museums on the compound. There's also a Hindu temple right beside it, and a park where you can walk and have different views of the temple. And the terrain changes drastically outside the compound, although gardens cover the inside of the outside of the city and not well kept. Green is traded for grays, and the Yamuna River is behind it.
The aura of the Taj Mahal.
Well, the Taj Mahal is being affected by air and water pollution. So with the growth in size, population, and industry, fumes from vehicles are discoloring the building. Bill Clinton said that pollution had done what 350 years of wars, invasions, and natural disasters have failed to do. So the white Taj Mahal is yellowing. To try to save it, cars have been banned from within 500 meters of it, and there's an LED display that gives a running tally of air pollution, and there was a road bypass built so cars don't drive by it. But pollution levels have still been rising. Also, with the higher population, there's been more need for water, so the river behind it, that's dropping, and the groundwater under it is dropping, and so it has wood under it. It might cave in.
That sounds scary. What is the region?
In the construction of the Taj Mahal, a lot of marble was brought in from different places like China, Tibet, Afghanistan, and Arabia. About 22,000 laborers worked to build the Taj Mahal, along with 1,000 elephants.
What is the hierarchy of the Taj Mahal?
The Taj Mahal, it was a symbol of right now it's a symbol of achievements of the Mughal rule. It was most likely more important back then to those people alive, and as it was built, it was and it still is a great architectural achievement, and it's the tomb of Mumtaz Mahal. It was well respected, especially from those around that time. Now it is less about her and more about the beauty of the building and the love story behind it.
What is the transition of stuff around it?
Well, the landscaping, past is flat countryside, and you got these beautiful gardens on the compound, but you get past that and it's just covered in garbage. Pollution is a major problem, so you walk outside and it's just trash.
Analog. Tell me about it.
Well, there are 7 replicas of the Taj Mahal. Some replicas are very similar and some are different sizes. One is a hotel. One of the other ones is in the village of somewhere, and it's being built by a retired postmaster in honor of his own wife. Building this became his goal in his life after his wife died of throat cancer, but he hasn't been able to finish it yet because of the financial cost, and he won't take money from anyone else because he just wants to do it himself for his wife.
Such a romantic story. My heart's bursting.
Yeah.
Is there any pattern or anything?
The whole entire Taj Mahal is covered in patterns decorating the inside and the outside. The entire layout of the compound is symmetric. What you find on one side is found on the other. The things such as the pillars like on the sides of the Taj Mahal, they're tilted a little bit outwards in case they were to fall, they wouldn't fall towards the building. When you walk inside, the floors and walls are covered with colorful designs on marble. All these designs follow different patterns, many of them featuring different flowers. The floor is covered in a geometric pattern, including octagonal stars.
Has there been any changes to it?
Well, the color changes for different times of the day. So at sunrise, it has a red glowing look. At noon, the marble glows brightly and is pure white. The shining marble looks like a pearl. And at sunset, it glows light orange. And then finally, at full moonlight, the Taj Mahal appears light blue against the dark blue sky.
Has it moved any?
No, but you can get to the Taj Mahal from Delhi, the capital of India. The drive it takes 4 hours, and the roads are good on the way there, and you can get there by plane too. Also has a good railroad system if you're interested in taking a train, but they're often delayed in the winter because of fog.
Is there any like diffusion or anything of any parts around it?
Well, the river, the Yamuna River behind it is basically, it's dying. I think it's pronounced like officially dead. It starts out clear as rainwater from a lake and hot spring, but it turns into a polluted mess. It looks pretty from afar, but the smell is almost unbearable up close. The river is a source of water for farming. Industries take water out and dump pollution water back in. So fish and insects can no longer live in the stagnant river. So
Dang. Has it like, is there any like exceptions or anything?
Well, I said the Taj Mahal is covered in patterns, but under like Muslim tradition, it forbids graves to be decorated. So it has a replica inside of the grave that's covered in patterns, but underneath in the ground is the actual grave, which is completely plain. So yeah.
That sounds cool. I think Santa would get a lot of good knowledge.
Yeah, you should come visit me sometime. Well, this is the whole my journey of Locke. Thank you.
Okay, you can't
No
add
problem.
you calling the Pope bad.
Cut it.
Okay.
He's nice. And I can make some good cookies, and we can eat them and watch Hallmark movies and, Hallmark movie and chill.
I think we need to go.
So yeah, thanks for coming. I was just wondering, as we're talking, can people see us?
I don't know.
Like, are they paying attention if they are? Sometimes their eyes drift.